Are you trying to buy a house and are you listening to people who are trying to sell you a house who don't even own a house?
Bruh.
Yeah, well, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I got my first house, which is now an investment property. What's going on, everyone? It's Bryan Sumardi here, your mortgage consultant. I'm here to share my experiences with you to help you with the home buying process. Feel free to subscribe and follow me on my other social medias at Bryan Sumardi and at Sumo Estates. It helps me reach more people. Thanks. Now back to the video. First, I'll give you a little background so you can relate. I have an Indonesian nationality background and my parents are divorced. During and after high school, I was working in the restaurant industry. And when I turned 20, I joined the Marine Corps because a couple of my other friends joined the military as well. I enlisted in the Marine Corps Reserves for 6 years as an infantryman, as an 0313 LAV crewman. And while I was in, all I could want was independence, specifically financial independence. So I educated myself on YouTube University and I learned about real estate investing. The first thing I did was shop for realtors. I reached out to a couple of friends who were realtors who could help me. After a couple calls and conversations, I found a realtor who found me an investor who wanted to liquidate one of his homes. I didn't know anything, so I just trusted my realtor and he referred me to a loan officer. But I think everything went smoothly. I went with the VA loan and I provided the following documents: a photo ID, 2 pay stubs, 2 years of W-2s, and a bank statement showing that I had enough cash to close. Luckily, at that time, my mom was able to help me with $5,000 in closing help as a gift. The house was about $110,000 and the total closing cost was about $8,000. So all I needed was about $3,000 to get a house. With the VA loan, it had to be my primary residence. So I lived there for about a year and then I moved back to my mom's house afterwards. Now this is in hindsight, this is where I kind of went wrong. I took my foot off the gas pedal and I started living my life. Just YOLO. When I got out of the reserves in 2018, I was working for the State Department. And at the same time, I was trying to build a personal training business. So when the pandemic hit, I lost that. And somehow I fell into mortgages because my cousin was working for a mortgage company. And if you didn't know, being a loan officer is usually a full commission job. So this is the difficult part, or instead of me trying to keep scaling and trying to build my rental portfolio, it made it a little bit more difficult for me to qualify for my next home. But I think I forgot to mention that now that Baltimore property is now an investment property. In 2021, I refinanced that home because it's still under the VA loan using the VA IRRRL interest rate reduction loan. And the VA IRRRL allowed me to get the same VA rates while it still being an investment property. My initial interest rate was a 4.75 and I refinanced it down to a 2.25 interest rate. The only con of this is that it still uses my VA allotment, so it kind of restricts my future VA home loan purchases. I think the house cash flows well and the house equity is now up 55% since I bought it, so in the past 4 years. Now I rent out a condo for the time being until I can purchase my next property. I like helping people prep for the home buying process because I'm in that same process. It helps me sharpen my skills. I'm constantly thinking of different ways to get me back to qualifying for a home, even getting a 9-to-5 job again, just so that I can qualify, but here we are. If you're ready for a consultation, check the links in the description and I'll see you in the next one.